All right, what's up? Welcome back to another
Oh,
episode of
oh,
TankBusters.
yep.
I'm Ted.
And I'm Gavin, and we are here to discuss our selections for Game of the Year nominees.
Yeah, we're not gonna go through every category because it would just take forever. So we picked what we thought were some of the most important categories, at least
Right.
for the games that came out this year.
Yep. So first up, obviously, we had Game of the Year, and for this one, what's your vote, Ted?
I personally I would vote Baldur's Gate. I don't think that's very realistic, but it would be nice to see Baldur's Gate win, I think.
Yeah. I think I'll have to go with The Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom for me. I thought the story and the impact of the characters that the story had was just amazing. So I think that's my
Yeah.
vote.
Yeah, but I think it's like since it's kind of a popularity voting thing, I wouldn't be surprised if like Spider-Man won,
Right, that
but
too.
I think it'll definitely be one of those three.
Hmm.
Alan Wake, I'm kind of surprised is there in the first place, and I don't think Resident Evil really has a chance compared to the other games up there.
Nah, not really.
But yeah, Baldur's Gate or Zelda, I think are pretty clear locks for the
Hmm.
winner.
Right. All right. I guess our
So
next category is going to be best narrative,
best narrative, yup.
and for this one, I would have to go with Spider-Man 2. I thought he, well, I don't think the story lived up to as high as the first one, in my personal opinion. I still think it was like the best story that was told out of these five categories, out of these five games.
Right. I'm gonna have to go with Baldur's Gate again. I just thought
Mm-hmm.
the story in that game was so good.
Mm-hmm.
I have heard that apparently the Cyberpunk DLC or
Excuse me.
expansion or whatever it is was actually like pretty good story-wise, but I didn't play it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
But I'm kind of
Uh,
surprised it's up there.
yeah. Alan Wake's a Alan Wake's a, Alan Wake is in a lot of these categories, so who knows?
It
Maybe
is, yeah, it kind of makes me want to play it.
right. But
All right,
move
so moving
next
on,
up.
we got best art direction.
Yep. And for this one, I think it's a personal three-way tie between Hi-Fi Rush, Super Mario Brothers Wonder, and Tears of the Kingdom for me. I can't choose. Like all these uh all these games have like what like really great art designs and character expressions, and it's just like it's really hard for me to pick, but
Yeah. This is probably the most difficult one because
art's
like I
subjective.
said, I've never played Alan Wake, but the other 4 games are so, like,
Right.
uniquely cool in their own ways, like, Hi-Fi Rush was sick. Liza
Hmm.
P had such, like, a cool, unique aesthetic, I guess, and then, Nintendo always makes games that look good,
Right. But this one
so,
looks really good.
yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see any of these games win. I don't think there's a clear front
Winner.
runner.
Hmm. Okay. Next up is score and music.
Score and music, yup. I think, in my opinion, Hi-Fi Rush has this on lock.
Yeah,
I don't really think anything else.
the rhythm based mechanics and like how you can like and how that affects the world. The more I think about it, like yeah, I think High Five Rush should go. I think that one, if it doesn't win any other category, I think it should at least get this one.
Yeah, I mean, Zelda had, like, some good like you were saying, it had good scores and stuff earlier, and honestly, so did Baldur's Gate, but I don't think any of the other games really tied their music into the gameplay like Hi-Fi
Right.
Rush does.
Yeah, that's very true. Okay, so next up we have best performance.
Best performance. Yeah.
And this is a tough
S
one. This is a
It
very
is
tough
kinda
one.
tough.
And it's
So, I was saying so I haven't played Spider-Man, just to be
mm-hmm,
transparent, and I
right.
was saying Cameron Monaghan pretty much is my vote because Star Wars. I mean, he's good in Star Wars, he was good in the last one too.
Mm-hmm.
But you were saying Yuri Lowenthal was pretty good in
Yeah,
Spider-Man.
yeah. And I was like, I don't know, it's a really hard decision because it's like, you know, Yuri Lowenthal really did a great performance, especially when he had the symbiote suit on and all that, and he was going through the motions of dealing with that. But then it's like Cameron Monaghan also had a really great performance of portraying Cal and what he was going through in Jedi Survivor. So it's like
Yeah,
it's a
and,
really tough.
he did a bunch of, mocap too for Jedi
Yeah,
Survivor.
yeah, and it's like you can really feel the performance come through in the gameplay. So it's like for both of them, really, in my opinion. Ugh, so it's really tough. I really can't choose. Like I,
Yeah.
I yeah. I mean,
I
I
think it'll
wish.
probably be one of those 2, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, Idris Elba wins just because he's a cool guy and it's,
Right.
like, a
Like he
voting
he
thing, you
is the
know?
act like he is an actor.
Right, yeah.
Uh,
And it is, like, a vote at the end of the day, it's kind of a popularity contest.
True. Very true. Very true. Okay, next up we have best ongoing game.
Best ongoing. So, yeah, we were kinda talking about this before, I mean, it's pretty obvious that Fortnite should win this, right?
Yeah, like Fortnite does deliver like on a lot of fun gameplay features, but
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Apex or Genshin Impact won just because of how their community of how those set communities are for their games.
Yeah, especially since it's like, the Game Awards are like a fan voting thing. I
Right.
really wouldn't be surprised to see Genshin Impact win,
Hmm.
but I think it should be Fortnite. I mean,
Right.
no other game really compares to, like, what Fortnite's doing
Right. Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah. And at the time of this recording, they literally brought back the old maps, the first map. So it's like
Yeah, after, like, everybody was asking for
for
it.
it's like you know they do deliver on like what they can bring to the table. So it's like I do think it should be Fortnite.
Yeah, me too.
Okay, moving on. We got best debut indie game. Now,
Yeah, so this one, I really, really hope Pizza Tower wins.
right.
Like, it is just such a good game, dude. As someone who's a fan of, like, all the old, like, Wario Land games and stuff,
That's the
it's so good.
that's the exact vibe I got from that is the exact vibe I got from this guy's image, his whole ordeal. Like he just feels like Wario's cousin or something.
Yeah, it's such a good game. Now,
Yeah.
I wouldn't be upset if Cocoon won either.
Hmm.
Cocoon is really cool and really, like,
Uh, now I have
innovative.
now I've not played or really heard that one. Now what's that one about? Just briefly.
So, like, that little character there, you pick up different worlds and you basically, like, bring them around each level, and depending on, like, where you put the world down, it changes what it is, and then you can, like, go
Oh.
inside it.
Okay.
It's super cool.
That seems pretty cool. Like I would definitely want to check that out.
Yeah,
So
it's very fun, but I think Pizza Tower should win.
yeah, I've been seeing a lot of memes of it, so like, why not?
Yeah, and
Uh,
especially since it's, like, a fan voting thing, I think Pizza Tower probably will win that.
right. Okay, moving on. We got best action slash adventure game. Ooh, this is an this is
This is
another this is tough. This is a
Yeah,
tough
we're
one.
we were talking about this before. I mean, it could honestly go to any of these games.
Right. Like Spider-Man 2 was a great game. Star Wars Jedi Survivor, another fantastic game. And Tears of the Kingdom, like again, another banger. Like it's kind of hard to like I don't know. It's kind of hard to like put them in a box and say choose your favorite one, and it's like ugh, it's so hard.
Yeah. I really hope that, like, maybe after the awards, they release, like, the voting numbers, you know? See
Yeah,
how many
see,
games, like, each one got. It would be
yeah,
cool to see because I think this will probably be the closest out of every
right.
category.
Like ugh. I can't choose. I had too much fun with all three of those games that I mentioned. I haven't played
Yeah.
Alan Wake 2 or Resident Evil 4. I'm sure they're great games, but man, those three
Y
right there were just they were definitely something.
yeah, I haven't played Alan Wake, but it's gotta be good. I mean, it's on, like, every other category.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
this is the hardest category, I think, by far, to actually
Hmm.
pick one.
Right. Okay. Moving on, we have best RPG, and I mean, I think since like I know people were like clamoring for Field to like at least be a contender for Game of the Year this year. But like in reality, I think it's really going to come down to between Baldur's Gate 3 and Starfield.
Yeah. Yeah, Liza P really isn't an RPG. I'm kind of surprised it's on here.
Hmm.
But I think it'll probably be Baldur's Gate or Starfield, and I would be really surprised if Baldur's Gate didn't win this.
Right.
Like there's I don't know. I think if Baldur's Gate doesn't win this, there's some sort of rigging going on, you know.
I have seen gameplay of Sea of Stars, so that looks interesting. But I can't really
Yeah, I
I
haven't
can't really
played it.
yeah, I can't really speak on it. But
Yeah,
that's
Liza P was cool. I just don't know why it's in this category. I don't
hmm
know. It didn't feel like an RPG to me.
okay. So moving on, we have next category we're covering is fighting
Best
game
fighting game.
game.
So I just wanted to put this one in here. Just it just looks funny. I don't know. Like you got Nickelodeon All Star Brawl going up against Street Fighter 6.
And
Like
Mortal Kombat 1.
yeah, like come on. So like obviously like it'll be either Street Fighter or Mortal Kombat. None of
Yeah.
these other games really stand a chance. And personally, like as someone who played has played both of these, I think Street Fighter will probably win.
I feel you. Omni Man looks cool though, since they put him in Mortal
He
Kombat 1.
does. He is, and he's super cool, and he's super like true to the show too.
Yeah.
Yeah, that is one thing Mortal Kombat always they always have cool like
Guest
guest
characters.
characters, yeah, always.
Okay. And then
And the last one,
the last category we're covering is most anticipated.
yeah,
Uh
so we were kind of talking about this before. This one's kind of hard because like some of these games like Star Wars Outlaws, there's like no gameplay footage,
well
but then you have like
there is gameplay footage. It's just like a very narrow perspective, you know what I mean?
yeah, it's like super vague. But then you have games like Tekken where they like are showcasing how each character works like every week, you know.
Right.
It's
And
just
then
hard to pick.
I think Hades might. I low key might think Hades 2 might win this because
Yeah,
like
me too.
it has a pretty strong fan base and they it just I think that the gameplay from the first Hades game was pretty solid and the narrative was the story was pretty good too.
Yeah, the clout from the first game might just carry the second one to the win here,
Maybe,
honestly.
probably.
But I wouldn't be surprised if Tekken won. Um,
Right.
like a Dragon might be like a dark horse to win this. People really like those games. I haven't played any of them, but
Yeah. Those
every
Yakuza
time one
games.
comes out, yeah, every time one comes out, I feel like people talk about it a lot.
Excuse me.
So, that one might have a chance here too.
True. True. But
And then like Final Fantasy VII remake or whatever, I don't know about that.
yeah, I've never been into the Final Fantasy genre, so it's kind of intimidating to like want to hop into a game series that has like that many entries in it.
Yeah. But yeah, that's all the categories we chose. We just kind of picked the ones that we thought would be the most important
Mm,
based on what games came out this year
right.
and like the
So,
time we have.
hmm so with that being said, thank you so much for joining us on our selections of what we think Game of the Year should be for 2023, and have yourselves a fantastic day.
Yep, see ya. It's been real.
Mm-hmm.